Hello everyone, this is Anthony Orlanda, second year taking Bachelor of Arts in English Language.
And now we are going to discuss and share some ideas about our report, which is entitled Man as a Person. So no further talks, let's start the discussion. So when we say man as a person, what comes to your mind? So let's first define the words man and person. A man in small letters is the male human being, the symbol of positive forces between two human species. Man in capital letter in the word ascribed to mean human population, which is the male and female population. And then, a person is either male or female, which included characters and personality orientation. So, the title of my report, Man as a Person, for me, is all about man as its personalities. Every man, every woman has its own personalities. Everyone has its own personalities. So, now let's talk about some personalities of a man. But first, what is meant by man as a person? The term man from Proto-Germanic man, person, and words derived from it can designate any or even all of the human race, regardless of their sex or age. In traditional usage, man itself refers to the species or to humanity, which is called mankind when we are referring to a whole. The Germanic word developed into Old English man, double N. And these are the list of the beliefs we Filipinos believe. That's our culture. We have so many beliefs here in the Philippines. So number one is Filipinos believe that man is a creature of God. Filipinos believe that man is a creature of God. Yes, we Filipinos believe that a man is a creature of God depends on its beliefs and its religion. Note that some Filipinos don't believe that man is a creature of God. They believe that man came from apes. But my only question here is, why are there still some apes up to this day? If man came from apes, monkeys, or any kinds of primates, why there's still remaining kinds of monkeys up to this day? How can you explain that? But I am not criticizing their beliefs because it's their own personal beliefs. That's their personality, their own beliefs. Number two is Filipinos believe that man has an immortal soul. Socrates believed that man has an immortal soul. Why? Socrates believed that even a person died, its soul is still in existence. But first, what is the meaning of the word immortal? Immortal means never dying nor decaying, or whatever terms that means. You will not die, or you will live forever, like that. In addition, Socrates believed that man has an immortal soul that survives beyond the death of the body. Socrates also argued that death is not the end of existence. He asserted that the soul is immortal because it possesses the truth. Because the soul is capable of grasping scientific truth, and because the truth is immortal, well, the soul too is immortal. The third one is Filipinos believe that man has an assigned destiny in life. Well, Filipinos believe that, yes, each person has its own destiny in life. And another term for destiny is fate. Fate defines events as ordered or inevitable and avoidable. so you can avoid your destiny. This is a concept based on the belief that there is a fixed natural order to the universe and in some conceptions, the cosmos. However, destiny is the future scenario, which cannot be determined by decisions as individuals will make. Number 4 is Filipinos believe that man must do good or else be punished by God. Well, again, this is depending on a person. If a person is a religious guy, yes, he will believe that when he or she did some mistake or a sin, he will be punished by God, especially for those people who frequently read the Bible. And lastly, Filipinos believe that man by nature is good but is morally weak. A person is morally weak if a man is accepting a moral principle that he should or should not perform certain actions. He failed to conform to it, although it would be possible for him to do so. An example of a morally weak person is a person eating a candy bar. We all know that a candy bar is unhealthy for us, for our health, but the person is morally weak. He continues to eat it because his moral is weak. So in short, morality is the distinction between right and wrong and good and bad. Regarding morality, Filipinos believe that morality is batas ng Diyos. A person should respect his humanity or pagkatao. A person should love and care for his family. A person should strive to live peacefully with others. A person should fear God and his punishment.
Let's talk about rational animal. Why is man called rational animal? Throughout the course of history, man has been described as many different things. One of the most famous of these is Aristotle's definition of man. Aristotle defined man as being a rational animal. According to the definition, rationality is what separates man from other animals, and it is what makes them very unique. Natural law. All human powers or faculties are operational tendencies toward what is good to man as a rational animal. In this sense, human nature is the natural law because, like by the laws of society, it directs man in all his activities. Natural law differs from the so-called laws of nature, which are the forces governing the material universes, including man. Natural law applies only to man as a rational animal. When we speak of an act as contrary to law, we mean the act to be against human nature or humanity.
So according to Aristotle, we humans are called rational animal because we humans has our own characteristics to be distinguished from other animals. The term rational animal refers to a classical definition of humanity or human nature associated with Aristotelianism. Next is moral being. 3 characteristics reveal man's moral nature. If number 1 is man by natural insight is able to distinguish between good and evil, right and wrong, moral and immoral. All people, including those we regard as primitive, have an understanding of what is right or wrong, or what is permitted and prohibited behavior. Second is man feels himself obliged to do what is good and to avoid what is evil. He is moved by the inner force of his being demanding that what is good ought to be done and what is evil ought
to be avoided. Lastly, number 3, man feels himself accountable for his actions so that his good deeds merit reward, while his evil deeds deserve punishment. Man feels content with himself for doing a good deed, or he feels remorseful for doing an evil deed. All cultures have system of reward and punishment based on the concept of justice. These characteristics shows man's innate perception of truth, duty, and law. Contrary to this view is the theory of suggesting that human nature as a blank sheet or tabula rasa on which cultures write its text, so that man is merely the product of social interaction and his behavior is nothing more than a reflex of social conditioning. We humans are considered a moral being because humans have a moral sense because their biological makeup determines the presence of 3 necessary conditions for ethical behavior. First is the ability to anticipate the consequences of one's own actions. Second is the ability to make judgments. And the third one is the ability to choose between alternative courses of actions. A moral being is what makes him to be a being of moral worth. A moral being is an entity that is the bearer of moral duties or obligations. Man as a person. Man is born as an individual or person. Person is human nature actualized and manifested in the history of place and time. Etymologically, the word person comes from the Greek word prosopon, which is the mask worn by stage actors. The Latin personare alludes to the mask which is contracted so as to project forcefully the voice of the actor. Underneath the person is human nature, which is the principle of human activity. Person is defined as an individual existing separately and independently from others, capable of knowing and loving in an intellectual way, and of deciding for himself the purpose of and of his action. We also refer to person as self or ego. A person is a being that has certain capacities or attributes such as reason, morality, consciousness or self-consciousness, and being a part of culturally established form of social relations such as kinship, ownership of property, or legal responsibility. Man as a person. So in this section, we will define the word person. Your character is your own personality, especially on how reliable and honest you are. If someone is of good character, they are reliable and honest. Then, if they are in bad character, they are unreliable and dishonest. Next is personality and character. The person is an individual human being. Personality is the sum of those physical attributes and tendencies which define a person's distinctive talents, behavior, abilities. Personality and habits is the sum which of a defined person's characteristics, physical behavior, and in layman's terms, personality consists of the ties and mannerisms of an aesthetically refined person. As persons, all men are equal regardless of race. However, one person may have more personality than another, Brennan observes. Like white American and black American, they have different races, but they are same persons. The person does not grow in stature, but personally develops and enlarges itself according to the patterns of his actions the mature use of his powers, and the scheme of his habits. There is no such thing as cultivating a person, but we speak of cultivation personality. Hence, personality is the result of one's achievement. Character is often taken as synonymous with personality. This is correct if personality is taken as the sum total of the psychological systems in an individual which enable him to adjust to his environment. Character, however, refers to the person's choice of values and his intelligent exercise of his freedom. While personality is an aspect of the body, character is an aspect of human soul. We describe personality as pleasant or unpleasant, but we speak of character as good or bad in the moral sense. Personality, says Brennan, the principle of rational action. Character is the principle of moral action. So, personality is the principle of rational action, while character is the principle of moral action.
Personality and character. Those two words can be found to a human, but they are different. They has their own different meanings. Personality refers to the combination of qualities, attitude, and behavior that makes a person distinct from others, while character refers to a set of moral and mental qualities and beliefs that makes a person different from others. So this is only for the first part of our topic entitled Man as a Person. My fellow classmate Cirilo Collado will be the one to report to discuss the second part of our topic. Have a nice day, everyone.